Hey everybody, so this has been out for about a week now, and it is time. So let's talk about the Lord Saito Raid. Now, this is easily one of the most challenging pieces of content right now in the game. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to clear it consistently. First, I'll show you the fastest path to the boss, including some shortcuts and skips that are currently working. Some of these might get patched, so take advantage of them while you can. And then we will break down the boss fight itself step by step so you understand exactly what is happening and how to survive it. Now, if your team has been struggling with this raid, this video will hopefully make things a bit clearer. Now, before we even start, there are a few things that will make your life so much easier. First, bring at least one player that has the Onibi Bomb legendary. These are pretty powerful and they are essential for skipping mechanics and speeding up certain sections. Second, make sure that someone on your team can destroy Juboko trees from a distance. A bow, a rifle, or any ranged weapon that can hit a tree from far works. It saves some time and it helps in some of the sections. And third, keep in mind that you can start the raid with any class you want because there's usually an opportunity to change your class right before the boss fight. So don't stress out too much about taking the right optimized class from the start. Focus on getting to the boss, and then once you're at the boss, you can pick whichever character you actually want to beat it with. Okay, so right at the start of the raid, you're going to need to grab the teleport and you're going to kill the first wave of enemies. Now, on the second part, you're going to destroy the Juboku trees and you're going to have players stand in these two buttons. The other two players will go up and one of them will stand in the only button there, and the other player will go across. Now, the player that goes across stands on a button that is up here, and that will let the whole team go forward. Once everyone is up there, one player needs to stand on this button while two more players go forward. One player stays in this button, and once the second player goes through, the first player goes back the way that they came. Now, the player that went through will find a button on top, which will then allow two more players to go forward. You will then destroy the Juboku trees, and then you go up to this button so that the last player who was left behind can now go forward. Now, another player needs to stand on this button so that the other player that is on a raised button in a platform in a tower can grapple through. Okay, now everyone can jump here to skip the whole next section. Now, this works as of the making of this video, but it might be patched soon. Now we move forward a bit, and in this section, there is a button at the bottom of the pit that activates a grapple, and that allows two players to move forward to these two positions. Now, one of those two buttons up there activates a platform at the bottom of the small hill that will allow you to climb up. Now, two players need to go all the way to the end of this path, this section. And once those two players have gone through, the two players that stayed, that allowed them, the first two players that allowed them to go through, have to go back to the section where we skipped that little part. So now we're back to the first part, and one of the players that went through the path in the back, the path that's up top, needs to step on this button, which will then activate a grapple that gives access to two buttons that need to be stepped on. In the sport, there is a lever that you can use to bring down a ladder, and that opens up a shortcut in case anyone falls. Now, the two buttons will then activate these two platforms. So someone will need to go down to the button, you slide down, while the other players stay up. Now, the two players that use the grapple on top need to go back across. Then they need to go up the new platforms that will be there. They need to kill the Juboku trees, and they need to stand in the new buttons. This will allow everyone to get through. And once that is done, the player that is all the way at the bottom can teleport back up. Okay, now that everyone is back together, the three players need to stand on these buttons, and a fourth player will go up and around, and he will then find a single button that will open up a teleport, and everyone can get out. So, congratulations, you have finished the first part and the hardest part of this raid. Now, for this second section, this one is actually pretty straightforward. Each player is going to grab a color. You're going to move from platform to platform, and you're going to clear enemies as you go. You've probably done this in the story modes. Everyone focuses a color. You got to make sure that you kill those closet things. It's pretty straightforward. Now, once everything is cleared up, you have to teleport to the center, and you have to use the wind launcher thing. Now, when you do this, make sure that the player with the orange color goes first, because otherwise everyone will die. And then, so this keeps the flow pretty smooth. Now, from here, you just have to carefully navigate downward across the platforms. And it's pretty straightforward. Just take your time, because this is an easy place to fall and lose time and progress. Okay, now for the third part of the raid, this is where it was crucial to bring a player that has Onibi bombs. Because if you have a player that has the bombs, this section becomes trivial. The only thing you need to do is to have that player go to each one of the blocked off doors, use their bombs on the doors, and that is it. The game, at least at this point, does not care where the Onibi come from, so they can be from your bombs. They don't have to be from the sack, the backpack thing that you can use on your player. So as long as you have someone that has this, you shoot the bombs at each door, you kill the fire spirits, and then you go to the other door. You can stand on this little part right here, you can shoot your bombs from there, and you are done with this section of the raid. Now, I don't know if this counts as an exploit or I don't know, but this might get patched. But as of now, this is working.
We've gone this far.
Okay, now for the main event. As soon as the fight starts, ignore Saito. Your first priority is to kill the Bohia enemies. These ads are extremely dangerous, and fighting them alongside Saito will overwhelm your team fast. If you have a shinobi, this is the perfect moment to use group vanish so that your team can just rush the mortars and kill them as quickly as possible. Now, Saito's mechanics are pretty simple. Basically, he builds up three spirit points. And once those 3 spirit points are full, he will unleash special attacks. Some of these attacks include small shades. Now, the small shades are very dangerous and they require perfect parries or at least parries to deal with them effectively. These are the worst. I am so bad at these. So if you're good at parrying, this is gonna be a great fight for you. If you're not, this is gonna suck. Anyway, he can also summon larger shades, which are easier to avoid but still need awareness because they all have either AoE effects that are gonna be on the ground or some of them are gonna attack you directly, but they are a lot easier to dodge. Throughout the fight, Saito will focus one player for melee attacks. If he's targeting you, call it out. Let everyone else, hey, Saito's on me right now. This gives your team space to revive other teammates, to clear ads, to deal safe damage. This just basically lets everyone else know that they don't have to be worrying about Saito at that specific moment because if he's on you, he's not on them. Now, there is a bunch of stuff that you need to watch out for in this fight. Basically, if there's a weird color on the ground, do not stand there. There's gonna be red circles that have vines on them, and these vines will come up to you and they'll grab you and they will not let you move until either one of your teammates breaks you out or more likely Saito will come and just hit you and kill you. There are gonna be corruption zones on the ground. These look purple, and these spawn with the larger shades. So when you have these on the ground, do not stand on them because you will get corrupted and you will die. There's also the blue circles that come up when the kitsune shade is up, and these will freeze you, and then they will make it so that you can't heal. Anyway, there's multiple types of attacks from the larger shades. So, like I said, the Kitsune shade creates freezing zones. The Oni will fire projectiles and will shoot little butterflies. And then the snake will follow you around and attack you directly. So, whenever you see shades, do not stand around, just stay mobile, do not panic. Most of these can be avoided with good positioning. Now, another mechanic that you will see sometimes is when the dragon shade is up. Some players, if not all players, will get marked with a big red skull on top of their head. This causes them to drop bombs as they move. If this happens, run in control circles. Avoid your teammates. And if you have a shinobi in your team, this is the time to use group vanish because if you use group vanish, the mark will be removed and you will stop dropping bombs. Now, throughout the fight, there will be ads, there will be extra enemies. As soon as you see extra enemies, especially if they are Yukionas, Berserkers, basically anything that you see, you need to drop everything and you need to kill them as fast as possible. Because if you let these stack, this is one of the fastest ways to wipe. There will be just too much crap all over the place to manage. So whenever you see these, especially the Yukiona, you need to target them as soon as possible and kill them as soon as possible. Now, lastly, when Saito creates a large yellow circle, he's going to first, that yellow circle is going to explode. It will disarm you, so you need to be outside of it. And then, right after he does that, he's going to begin releasing these massive shock waves that are completely unavoidable. This damage is unavoidable. You have to heal through it, you have to stay alive. It starts with two, then to three, then it goes to four. So it increasingly becomes more difficult to survive these. So basically, you just have to heal through it. You have to stay alive. Now, this window where he's doing the shockwaves is also a good window to deal as much damage as possible because he will just be standing there. So this is a good opportunity to push the fight forward. Now, if you have players with the lightning Takenashima, have them shoot Saito in the head as much as possible. This will stagger him, and whenever you are able to stagger him, that is when you can do the most damage to him. Now, that is the full breakdown of the Lord Saito raid. It's a tough fight, but once your team understands the mechanics and communicates properly, it becomes more manageable. Now, good luck out there. Have fun with it. I know it's a tough fight, but once you get it, it is very worth it. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful in any way, and if you enjoy my content and want to support the channel, there are a few ways that you can help. First, please share this video with your friends, with your family members, with anyone that you think might like it. Second, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of people that watch my videos and are not subscribed. I'm watching you guys. No, I'm kidding. Just if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. It is very helpful. And third, if you would like to go the extra mile, you can support me by heading over to buymeacoffee.com/allbashgaming. And there you can buy me a coffee and you can even get some of my Ghost of Yote inspired artwork for free. I appreciate you all, and I will catch you on the next video.
Maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 27. Nice.